Scriptable objects are best described as data containers used to store data and they don't need to be attached to a game object. Is that the only use of scriptable objects? What is the advantage of storing data in this manner? Come, let's find out. Hey you, if you're into game development and using this amazing tool called Unity, then hit that subscribe button, cause I'm gonna upload some juicy tutorials for you. You can see in the internet that the scriptable objects are not for someone who is started to learn Unity. But it's not entirely true, because scriptable objects are important if you are making a big game. Maybe some of you are not making a big game. But even while making small games also, scriptable objects helps you to manage all data easily, edit data in play mode and increase some performance. So let's see what all are the benefits we get while using scriptable objects. Since scriptable objects doesn't derive from mono behavior, it doesn't need a game object or transform value to function, and it doesn't live in the scene. We can serialize scriptable objects just like mono behavior scripts through the inspector window. Another great advantage is that it won't reset after we edit value in play mode, which means we can tweak and test every value we've written in scriptable objects in play mode and it will be saved after you exit the play mode. And also there is less callbacks in scriptable objects compared to scripts derived from mono behavior. So no callback chaos. It's also globally accessible and scene independent. Okay, now let's see some of the real use of scriptable objects. It's used as data containers, as enum states, and to create layers above existing Unity features. Some of the use cases are saving game settings, making an inventory system, saving enemy states, making an audio collection to use in game, and much more. Okay, enough talking. Let's dive into the Unity editor and see how we can actually use this scriptable object in a real world scenario or a video game scenario. Alright, what we are going to do is we're going to make a system to generate different type of characters. A character will have three components, a body, a face and a mouth. We are just swapping these components. We're storing the sprites using scriptable objects and assigning these to a template that we will create in a bit. This may sound a bit complex to you, but bear with me. This is simpler than it sounds. In the scene, I have three images and one text, which are arranged in a way that when body, mouth and eyes are mapped to these images, then it will look like a character. The text is for the name of the character, by the way. I'm making a game object called character and moving all these elements inside. Okay, now we have a character template and all we need is to make a data container using scriptable objects and feed those data to these elements. For that I'm making a script called characters and opening it in Visual Studio. First of all, just remove the start and update function. We don't need that anymore. Our script is derived from mono behavior by default. But to use the script as scriptable object, then we need to derive it from another class. So delete mono behavior and type scriptable object. Now we need to define those elements we given in the template here. For that, type public string character name, public sprite body, public sprite eyes, and lastly public sprite mouth. Now these are the slots we save data. Next we need to map this data to that character template we created earlier. Before that we need to do one more thing in this script. Since this script is not attached to a game object and will not live in the scene, we need a way to create these data containers in the scene. For that, just before the starting of the class, type create asset menu in the bracket, file name is equal to, I am typing new character here, and menu name equal to characters. Alright. Now save everything and head back to Unity. Now right click on the project, then go to create. Then there you can see the character we just created. Click on the character and name it. I'm gonna name it Thomas. You can name it whatever you want. While looking in the inspector, I can see slots for character name, body, eyes and mouth. But while hit play, nothing happens. It's because we're not yet mapped this data to the character template. To do that, make a script and open it in Visual Studio or any other editor you are using. Delete the update function, we don't really need that right now. Okay, now initialize all these elements in our character template. Now for mapping, we need a reference to our data container. For that, type public, the name of the scriptable object script. Here it is characters with the capital C, and type characters. By this way, we can access all data in this script. So now assign each variable to the data in scriptable object. For that, type bodyImage.sprite equal to characters.body. Type the rest like this. One more thing, since we are using image and text which are under the UI, then to access them we need to add a library called UI. Add that, save everything and head back to Unity. Attach the script to the character and drag and drop every element. Here you can see a slot for scriptable object. In that slot, drag our scriptable object and now we need to add data in those data slots. For that, select scriptable object, type name in the character name field, add a body image, an eye image and a mouth image. Cool, now hit play. As you can see, all the data we given in the data field directly came to our template. You can see in the Explorer that the scriptable object we created have very low size of 1 KB, which is awesome. So if you want to create more characters, then just duplicate the character template and create a new character through create, then characters. I'm naming it Aravind. Add new sprites and select the new template and drag and drop Aravind. Now hit play. Now you have 2 characters. You can create as much characters as you want by using this method. You can change the scriptable object and your character will change instantly. Cool stuff, right? There you have it, an example of scriptable object. If you know any other use cases or any interesting stuff about scriptable objects, then just comment below and we can have a talk. You can download this project and change graphics or use the same graphics and tweak the code, do whatever you want. Link will be in the description below. I'm also leaving links to 2 best Unity talks out there to know more about scriptable objects. Lastly, hit that like button which helps me a lot and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video.